கருவறை தாண்டிய நொடியில் எந்தன் காதில் ஏந்திய மொழியே உன்னை. கருவறை தாண்டிய நொடியில் எந்தன் காதில் ஏந்திய மொழியே உன்னை. கடல் கடந்து வேர்க்கரை புகுந்தாலும் மரபே நோவும் மகிமைகளை. கடல் கடந்து வேர்க்கரை புகுந்தாலும் மரபே நோவும் மகிமைகளை. மனிதனாகிய உன் பெருமைகளை தாய் தமிழே 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 தாய் நிதனி தரி தரி தப மப தப மத மம கரி சரி சப மப கமரி சரி கம பத மப தப மனி தப மதபா மதபா மதபா. மழலையில் வாயால் மொழிந்தேனே மழையென உனதருமைகள் பொழிந்தேனே. மழலையில் வாயால் மொழிந்தேனே மழையென உனதருமைகள் பொழிந்தேனே. இனித்திடும் சொற்களில் தீர்த்திப்பில் இனித்திடும் சொற்களில் தீர்த்திப்பில் மிக திகைத்திட நானும் திகைத்தேனே. மிக திகைத்திட நானும் திகைத்தேனே. தாய் தமிழே என் தாய் தமிழே தாய் தமிழே என் தாய் தமிழே தாய் தமிழே என் தாய் தமிழே தாய் செம்பனை தேசமெங்கும் வீசுமுந்தன் வாசம். எந்தன் சிந்தை மகிழ வீச கண்டேன் சுவாசமாக. சிந்தை மகிழ வீச கண்டேன் சுவாசமாக. சுவாசமாக கலந்த உன்னை தாயா. சுவாசமாக கலந்த உன்னை தாயாய் நேசம் கொண்டேன். சுவாசமாக கலந்த உன்னை தாயாய் நேசம் கொண்டேன். தாய் தமிழே எந்தன் தாய் தமிழே தாய் தமிழே என் 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 தாய் தமிழே. தமிழே 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 தாய் தமிழே என் தாய் 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 தமிழே. உலக தமிழர் நெஞ்சில் எங்கும் நீ கமரை நிறைந்தவளே நீ வாழியவே. உலக தமிழர் நெஞ்சில் எங்கும் நீ கமரை நிறைந்தவளே நீ வாழியவே. பாடு
ஆசைக்கா
தோன்றிய காலம் தொட்டே மூன்றின பேதம் விட்டே மாண்பென மண்ணை தொட்டே வான்வரை செல்வோம் எட்டே பலமாய் நாம் சேர்கிறோம் பகைமை நோய் தீர்க்கிறோம் ஈடாய் கூற நாட்டை தேடு தோடா ஏதும் இல்லை பாரு வாழ்காய் வாழும் நாட்டின் மக்கள் சோகம் தீர்க்கும் சொந்தம் பாரு வீடு வேலையாகுமாய் நாமும் இங்கே வாழ்கிறோம் தோடாய் நாடிதே தேசம் புதுவானில் புத்தம் புது சாரல் மழை ஏதோ கதை பேசி கண்ணாமூச்சி ஆடுதே எந்த நாடு போயினும் சொந்த நாடு ஆகுமா தாய்மண் தாய்மையே நேர்மையோடு நாமுமே நெஞ்சில் தேசம் போற்றுவோம் வீடாது நாடே நாடே நாடுவே நாளும் நானும் மீண்டும் மண்ணில் தோன்றிட வேண்டும் முந்தன் தாய்மடி மீண்டும் மண்ணில் தோன்றிட வேண்டும் முந்தன் தாய்மடி தோன்றிய காலம் தொட்டே தோன்றிய காலம் தொட்டே பேதம் விட்டே
A very good evening to the teachers, parents and students. I'm Kanmani Rengasammy from SJKT LADANG DOVENBY and will be the moderator for today's slot. Before I start, I would like to thank all of you for joining us today in our YouTube live classroom, which is brought to you by Sudaroli Valaiyoli YouTube channel in collaboration with the Millennium Para Indian Community Society. I would like to convey our appreciation to the President of the Society and former Headmaster of SJKT Bagan Sarai, Mr. R.P. Jayagopalan, and not forgetting the entire team working hard for us behind the scene, Ms. Parimala, our Education Officer from PPD Manjong, Mr. Gunalan, our Education Officer from PPD Manjong, Ms. Pusparada, the Headmistress of SJKT Kampung Columbia, Mr. Danis Balakrishnan, the ICT teacher from SJKT Ladang Nova Scotia 1, and Ms. Sarala Krishnan, the ICT teacher from SJKT Kampung Tun Sambandan. I would also like to thank our Human Resource Minister, Dato M. Saravanan, the Perak State Education Department, Perak District Education Office, e-Didik, Mind Apps, Pertubuhan Kesusasteraan Baradi, and the online media supporters, Anegan.com and Ian Tamil. Despite schools being reopened along with the Recovery Movement Control Order, the spirit to continue educating our children is still strong among us as educators. We greatly value and appreciate everyone's support towards the Sudaroli Valaiyoli team. Your constant support helps to boost our confidence and motivate us to do more for our community. Therefore, please let me introduce the speaker for today's slot. She is Miss MOHANASUNDARI Jeganathan, an English language teacher currently teaching at SJKT LADANG CHANGKAT SALAK, Sungai Siput Utara. She has been teaching English for both lower and upper levels for the past 10 years. She is also the head of English panel in her school. There are a few reminders for all viewers, especially to the students. First, please use the chat box for positive comments. Second, use appropriate language. Third, use the live chat to ask questions about today's topic. Fourth, don't post unnecessary emojis and unwanted messages because it will distract the others. If anyone goes against the rules stated, the admin will block you from the live chat. Hope the rules are understandable to all. Okay, without further ado, I would like to pass the slot to our speaker today to start her lesson. Miss Mohana, let's explore articles together.
Thank you, dear moderator. Good evening to everyone. It's my pleasure to join you all today at the Sudaroli Valaiyoli YouTube channel. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizing team for giving me this opportunity to be the speaker for today's lesson. I would take this opportunity as well to thank the Kolagansa District Education Officer Inte Safwan Rabai, the SIC Plus for Language Inte Jamaluddin Yahya, the administrators of SJKT Ladang Cangkarsala, Ponti Pondemani, and to all the respected people. Before I move on, I would like to introduce the topic that we are going through today. It's about articles. The articles about the and the. And it will be prepared by me, MOHANASUNDARI JEGANATHAN. Okay. Articles are grouped into two categories. First, indefinite articles. Indefinite articles refer to non-specific nouns. Indefinite articles, we're going to use a or an for the indefinite articles, whereby different articles is refer to something specific. Something specific. So for the definite article, we will use the. Okay. For the indefinite article, we'll check on a or an. A or an will be used before singular nouns and before countable nouns. Singular nouns mean one, only one, whereby countable nouns you can touch or you can count one by one and you can come up with a number of the quantity. Countable nouns mean you can touch and also you can count one by one where you can come with a number of quantity. So we remember a or an will be used before a singular noun and countable noun. It must be only one people or one animal or one place or one thing. For a or an, we must make sure the noun should be one people or one animal or one place or one thing. A, it will be used before the word begin with consonant sounds. For example, ball, ball, ball. When you pronounce the ball, begin with b sound. So the b mean consonant sound. So we use a ball. Then cat, cat. So the k is a consonant sound and there is only one cat. So we use a cat, a cat. Monkey, monkey. This one we begin with the consonant sound, and there is only one monkey. So we use a. Let's move on to more few example which will use a. A flower, a flower. Flower begin with if, the consonant sound, and there is only one flower, so we use a. And lamp, lamp. The lamp begin with l, the consonant sound, and there is only one lamp, so we use a. A waiter, waiter. The waiter noun begin with mm, the consonant sound, and there is only one waiter, so we use a. Now look at the cow. The cow begin with k sound. The k sound is referred as a consonant sound, and there is only one cow, so we use a. A cow. Pineapple, pineapple. The pineapple begin with p consonant sound. The p is a consonant sound. There is only one pineapple, one fruit, so we use a. And here is the school. School. The school word begin with is consonant sound. Is consonant sound. So school is a building. It's a only one building. So please don't count the peoples inside the school as a plural noun or many people. We have to focus on the building, school. There is only one school, so we use a. A. Or also will be used before for the words which are begin with U sound. People, please focus U sound, not at the U letter. In Tamil, we say U. This sound, U. For example, we'll pronounce this word as university. University begin with U sound. So it will have it will has a. Unicorn. Unicorn. Unicorns begin with U sound. So article will be a. Next, can you try to pronounce how does this noun will be sound? Okay. So we will pronounce this noun as European. European. European means there is only one man from the Europe. So we won't pronounce as Europe, we will pronounce as European. So we will use a. Therefore, my dear pupils, make sure the words begin with U sound. Please don't look at the letter U. Look at the sound which sounds like U. You have to pronounce each noun before you place a. Shall we move? The next one. N. N. N is the another part of indefinite article. N will be used for the words which begin with vowel sound. Vowel sound. Vowel sounds mean a, e, o, a. I repeat, a, e, o, a. Please don't look at the letters A, E, I, O, U. Vowel sounds mean it's a sound, not the vowel letter. When you see the letter, please don't make a conclusion that you must use N. Make sure it has vowel sounds. For example, an apple. An apple. Apple begin with A. A. The sound is vowel. And just now I told you that N or A will be used for only one thing. Will be used for only one thing. So there is only one apple and it has vowel sound. Therefore, we will use an article. So we will use an apple. The next example, orchid. Orchid. Orchid is a kind of flower, and here there is only one orchid. There is only one orchid and it's begin with O sound. It's begin with O sound. So we will use an orchid. An orchid. Let me repeat. Vowel sounds. The letter A, E, I, O, U will sounds as a A will sound as A, E will sound as A, and I will sound as E, O will sound as O, and U sounds as A. But please make a conclusion that the I letter always sound like E, and the E letter always sound like A. So I remind you again, don't focus on the letter. Don't focus on the letter A, E, I, O, U. Always focus on the sound, vowel sound. A, E, O, A. Most of the people, when see the U letter, will place the N. But make sure always focus A sound. Make sure the U letter is the sound with A. When it's the A sound, you may use the N. Let's we move to the next slide. Examples for N. An apricot. An apricot. There is only one apricot, one fruit, and the apricot word begin with a sound. So the a sound is a vowel sound, so we use N. And here is the onion. So it has the only one onion and it has the vowel sound. It begins with vowel sound. So we will use an onion. The next example, hearing. The next example is hearing. There is only one hearing and the hearing word begin with E sound. Hearing begin with E sound, which means the vowel sound. So we will use N. And look at this example. Just now I say, when you see, you cannot simply put the N. You must pronounce the noun. When you pronounce this noun, it will hurt like umbrella. You should pronounce this as umbrella. There is only one umbrella and the umbrella is the begin with vowel sound which is A. So we will use N. The next example is insect. We will use insect. Insect begin with E sound, which means it's a vowel sound. Insect begin with E sound and there is only one insect, so we will use an insect. And here is the example of iguana. Here is the example of another word, iguana. Iguana begin with E sound. It begin with E sound. The E refer as a vowel sound and there is only one E, one iguana. There is only one iguana, so we use an. And now we look for the another rules that we follow for an. The words which begin with silent H sound. We will use N before the words begin with silent H sounds. For example, we will pronounce this noun as how. How. Silent H mean you couldn't hear the H sound when you pronounce the whole word. So it will pronounce as how. When you pronounce as how, so silent H, there will be only silent H sound begin in that word. So we will use an before the how. Okay, next. Honest boy. Honest boy. You won't pronounce as honest boy. Please bear in mind, we won't pronounce as honest boy. We will pronounce as honest boy. The H will be silent. That's why we say silent H sound. For the words which are begin with silent H sound, will place an. We will place an before the words begin with a silent H sound. And moreover, there is only one boy, so we'll use an. So we remember we will use a or an for the singular nouns and also for the countable nouns. I repeat, we will use a or an as an indefinite articles. Article a will be used for the words begin with consonant sounds and also for the U sounds, whereby an will be used for the words which are begin with vowel sound and silent H. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, could you identify the answer for the few nouns that I give you? First one, we will pronounce as orange. Orange as vowel sound, and there is only one orange, so we will use an. The second noun we will pronounce as hat, and it has the vowel sound. It has a silent H sound, so we will use an. Okay, three. Please pronounce the word and identify which article will be suitable for the noun. Okay, Number 3, we will pronounce star. So we will use a. Star begin with consonant sound. We will use a. Number 4, it pronounced as lengthen. It's pronounced as lengthen. So lengthen begin with consonant sound l. There is only one lengthening, so we use a. Okay, number 5. Make sure before you identify the article, remember the rules. Pronounce the word. Try to identify the initial sounds of each word. Okay, let's say number 5, arrow. Arrow. So the initial sound of arrow is a. It's a vowel sound. There is only one arrow, so we use N. Number 6, pronounced as nurse. N refer to consonant sound. We will use A. In number 7, try to pronounce number 7. In the identify whether it's a singular or plural. Okay, number 7, pronounced as universe. Universe. So it's pronounced as universe. The U sound refer to A. Number 8, library. The word begin with L sound. L. Library. It's a consonant sound. So we use A. Okay, now we move on to the definite article, the. Article the usually used for plural. It means more than one people, one animal, one place, one thing. The will be used for the nouns which means more than one people, one animal, one place, one thing. For example, walls, books. They're the plural nouns. There are 5 rules for use of the. There are 5 rules for use of the. Number 1. We will use the for the noun it is only one in this world. We will use the for the noun only one in this world. For example, sun. Can you identify other sun in this universe? There is only one sun in this world. So we will use the. Then moon. There is only one moon. So we will use the. Earth. Earth means bhumi. for the only one in this world. Second, the second rule is we will use the to refer to a particular person, animal, thing, or place. We will specifically focus on the person, animal, thing, or place. For example, the greenhouse is big. The greenhouse is big. So we specifically focus on the greenhouse. When there are a lot of houses, but we specifically or particularly focus on the house which is green. So we will use the. The next example, can you give me the books on the table? Can you give me the books on the table? So we refer the books which are on the table. So we refer to the book specifically which are on the table. Number 2. The boy sitting next to me boy who are sitting next to me. This we not focus on all the boys. We are particularly refer the boy who is sitting next to me. So we use the boy. Rules number 3. Use for things which are already mentioned before. We'll use the for the things which are already mentioned before or repeat for another time. For example, Ramu draw a cat. Ramu draw a cat. The cat is cute. The cat is cute. So the cat word is repeated from the first sentence and is repeated in the second sentence. So the article the is referred to the same cat that as mentioned in the first sentence. There are a few more examples. A pupil is in library. The pupil is reading quietly. A pupil is in library. The pupil is reading quietly. So we use the to refer the pupil that has been mentioned before in the first sentences. So students, when you see a noun repeated in the second sentences, the same noun is repeated in the second sentences, we must place the. Number 2. A bell rings at 12:45 p.m. A bell rings at 12:45 p.m. The bell shows the last period of that day. The bell shows the last period of that day. The bell has been mentioned in the first sentences. So, when use the bell, the same noun is repeated in the second sentences. We must place the to show that it's the same bell that has been mentioned in the first sentence. Rules number 4. Okay, number 4, we will use the before the superlative form of adjective. We will use the before superlative form of adjective. Superlative means est. The words which end with est show the level of adjective. For example of superlative: smallest, tallest, biggest, and most beautiful. You can identify superlative in the adjective by the spelling which end with the est, but some of the adjective will begin with most. When you see the adjective which ended with est or begin with most, you have to place the. For example, number 1, she is the tallest girl in her class. She is the tallest girl in her class. The tallest refer as the superlative of adjective. So we will use the. Before the superlative, we will use the. Number 2, Vicky is the most talkative people. Vicky is the most talkative people. The most talkative refer as a superlative of adjective. So we use the. Number 3, Alex buys the biggest cake. Alex buys the biggest cake. Biggest in this sentence refer as the superlative of adjective form. So we will place the before the adjective. The number 5, the last rules which will help us when we need to use the before title or proper nouns. We will use the before title or proper nouns. For example, the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book is a title, so we will use the. And river is a proper noun, so we will use the. USA. USA. USA is a proper noun. Therefore, we use the before USA. For example, Ramu watched the Snow White. Ramu watched Snow White. Number 2, Alex went to the Sunway Lagoon. Alex went to the Sunway Lagoon. Sunway Lagoon is a proper noun. Number 3. Vicky writes about the magic pen. Vicky writes about the magic pen. The magic pen is referred as a title. The magic pen refer as a title. Let us revise when we can use the. There are 5 rules according to the textbooks that provided by the Ministry of Education. So there are 5 rules to check where we need to place the. Number 1, we must make sure the noun is only one. The noun is only one. For example, the star, the moon, the earth. Number 2, when you refer to a noun, to a particular noun, to a specific noun. For example, the green book, the big car, the red fox, we refer to the particular noun. Then superlative. Superlative is referred as the when you find the adjective which end with est or superlative which begin with most. Please remember the words adjective form which is end with est or begin with the most word will be the superlative. You have to place the before the superlative. For example, the tallest boy, the prettiest girl, the cutest boy, the most beautiful car. Next, we will use the before the title or proper nouns. Title like the Jungle Book, the Snow White, so we will use the. Proper nouns, it's like proper nouns mean Katnamahas. For example, the Nile River, the USA, Sunway Lagoon. Before the proper noun, we must place the. Number 4, we use when the noun is, as we mentioned in the second sentence, and it's used in first sentence. The same noun is repeated in the second sentence will be come with the. For example, Ali draw a cat. The cat is beautiful. When they repeat the same noun from the first sentence and it's repeated in the second sentences, so we will place the. So remember, when you want to check the answer for the, you take out your 5 fingers, your hand, to check whether the questions, whether the sentence follow the rules for the. If the sentences doesn't follow the rules for the, so you can go for the indefinite article which are a or an. Let's move to the next slide. Let's do some exercise just to revise. Number 1. John received reward for his honesty. John received reward for his honesty. So the keyword is always the word which come after the blank. So reward, check the reward. The word is only one. And reward, pronounce the word reward. It's begin with the r, consonant sound. So when it's consonant sound, the answer is a reward. Number 2, please pour tea into the cups. Please pour tea into the cups. Okay, let's check the words which come after blank. So the word, the noun is tea. Let's check the rules for indefinite article. If we want to place the a or an, we have to make sure whether the noun is singular noun and we can count. Can you count the tea? 1, 2, 3? Not. So that's mean a or an is not an option for the tea. So let's check the. So tea is plural form of, it's not a plural form. It is not, it cannot count. So we use the for tea here. So we specifically focus on the tea. Number 2, Maria studies in university in Russia. Maria studies in university in Russia. Read the words, pronounce the words before the blank. University. When you hear, when you listen to the sound you must know the answer is a. So we remember, don't look for the vowel letter, look for the vowel sounds. If there is vowel sounds, you can place an. If you see U sound, it must be A. Next, is Nile River the longest river in the world? Is Nile River the longest river in the world? There is a blank. After the blank, the word you can see is Nile River. When you check, when you raise your finger, you can see which rule follow for the Nile River. Nile River is the proper noun, so we use the. Number 2. The headmaster has important announcement. The headmaster has important announcement. Here is the blank. Here is the noun, important announcement. Important announcement. When you pronounce the word important, the E is referred as consonant sound or vowel sound. The E is referred as a vowel sound. So the answer is N. The headmaster has an important announcement. Number 3. The boys walked 5 kilometers to reach town. The boys walked 5 kilometers to reach town. Okay, let's see which words come. Okay, town is a singular, so we can place a or the, but check the initial sound for the verb, sound for the noun. Town, town. So it's a sound. It's a consonant sound. But anyway, let's check for the rules. Can you check the rules for the noun? It's not a proper noun. It's not mentioned as second time. It's not repeated. It's not a superlative. There's no est. It's not a title. And they do not refer as particular town. So answer is A. Okay. Based on my explanation, please find out the answer for question number 1. I will give few seconds to identify the answer for this question. Let's check together. We walk along beach. We walk along beach. Okay. After the blank, the keyword is beach. Number 1, A is the answer A. A means 1. Can you count the beach and say there is only one beach? Okay. B. We walk along the beach. We walk along the beach. C. We walk along any beach. For N, we have to check whether it has vowel sound. B is not a vowel sound, so not the N. Let's see the answer. The answer is the. We walk along beach because beach is an uncountable noun. Okay, number 2. Okay, try to find answer for this question. Yesterday, she had old leg. Yesterday, she had old leg. The keyword is after the blank, old lady. Okay. When you pronounce old, always make sure the noun already. O. O. So the O refer as a vowel sound. So it won't be the answer A. And N will be probably the answer the. Let's see, check the. Do they refer to the superlative? No, it's not a proper noun. It's not a title. They not focus on the particular person, and it's not only one old lady in this world. No. So answer is N. Old lady has the vowel sound. Number 3. Okay, check the answer number 3. I have circled the keyword for you. Okay, worst is defined adjective form of superlative. So therefore, usually you can check worst is not a noun. So automatically there won't be a or an as option for you. And the answer is the, because worst is a superlative noun. Okay, my dear students, there are few questions based on today's lesson. You can click on the link provided in the slide. There are 10 questions. You can try to answer the questions. And all the best for the quiz. They're just simple questions. It's all based on the notes provided in the lesson today. And before I say thank you, if there any doubt, you may email me to this email ID. And by this, I say thank you and all the best.
Thank you, teacher, for the clear explanation on the topic. On the behalf of the Sudaroli Valaiyoli team, we would like to thank Ms. MOHANASUNDARI JEGANATHAN for spending her time and giving some useful information. Special thanks to all our viewers out there for being with us throughout the slot, whether on YouTube or Facebook Live. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and click the notification bell for upcoming classes. Dear students, please remember to follow the Bahasa Melayu slot for tomorrow. That's all for today. We shall meet you again in the next lesson. Take care and goodbye.